Welcome to the Fly You Fools podcast, the podcast that talks a little about J.R.R. Tolkien and his work, and a lot about everything else. Enjoy this time with your fellow fools, Tibbs K, Jacob, and Cooper. Thank you for listening.
Now recording. Awesome.
Sorry for the lizzle there.
The thing. Oh, it's fine. Our time isn't precious. You know what I mean? We have a lot of it, so you don't have to worry ever.
Right.
Like we're
your
not
time,
doing
maybe.
anything. Fuck you. I mean, it's I actually got work I gotta do after this and shit.
What work you gotta do, John? Aren't you done with work?
Comedy?
No, yeah, comedy stuff. But I'm not gonna go and do stand up.
Say something funny.
Yeah.
No,
Come on,
I'm not.
funny
I'm not
man.
doing this. I did
Yeah,
this
let's
last
hear a
time. And you guys
joke.
didn't even laugh. But what's it called?
What do you have for dinner?
Chicken and rice.
Ugh,
It's really good tonight.
it doesn't sound very good. It doesn't
No.
sound very good at
It's
all.
rotisserie chicken tonight, so it's real good.
Did you cook it yourself? Definitely not.
No, of course not.
Yeah, why would you cook it yourself when you could buy it from the store for the same price as a whole chicken
That is true.
already cooked?
Yeah.
You know what I've never had and I want to try that apparently is just amazing is Costco's rotisserie chicken.
It's fine. It's just like any other chicken.
I don't know, man. Safeways is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But everyone on fucking the internet's like, yo, Costco's chicken, they sell it at a loss because it's so amazing and all this crazy shit. And I'm like, all right. I mean, I'll give it a shot. I'm probably going to get some tonight or tomorrow night because I'm going to go to Costco.
John, you believe the internet too much.
Yeah, John,
I do.
you
I
gotta.
pretty much blindly to believe whatever the internet tells
You're
me.
a slave.
I spend too much time on YouTube.
Time to
That
think for yourself, John.
is a fact.
Think for yourself and start a podcast.
I already did this. Oh, and dude, we might get another listener because so at my new job, this girl Mo who sits next to me, she was looking at Valentine's Day's gifts for her boyfriend, and she was like, "I'm thinking of getting her something Lord of the Rings or him something Lord of the Rings related," and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! I'm literally listening to Lord of the Rings right now because I have a Lord of the Rings podcast." And she's like, yeah, he's such a big fan. He like reads like the side stories that like just fans write since the series is done. And I'm like, wow, this guy's what's up. He's the type of guy we want listening to.
Oh my god, he's gonna be so let down when he hears our podcast.
That's very
for
true.
sure. He's gonna be like, I thought this was about Lord of the Rings, but it's not about it at all. They barely talk about it.
And he'll probably strain the relationship between you and your coworker too.
Yeah, probably because you're kind of like forcing them to be into it, but really they're just not.
I mean, the thing is like I have no idea. As far as like I don't know. I mean, we can't see who downloads it. We can't see how many people. And it's honestly, since we begun the meme thing, it's been better.
Yeah, how many downloads we got?
What does that mean?
That just the statistics, like the graph has gone up. We've had people Google, I think, FYF cast and find it. I mean, I don't know.
How many downloads we talking here is what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Not a lot. Like
Numbers.
5.
Like 5? Oh Christ.
Yeah, but I mean 8. But those are just uploaded on Sunday night, so they haven't had a lot of time to go on.
Alright.
The Instagram is good too. Man, I'm reaching out to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Are you?
I want to check out the Instagram. Where's that? Where can I get a link to that?
You just got to be on Instagram. Or actually, honestly, I don't even know if you need an account. You can probably just go to Instagram.com and find it.
What's it called?
Fly You Fools Podcast.
Oh, so original, Cooper.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Yeah, FYF cast is better. It's shorter to type, but no, that's not important right now. What is important right now is these chapters that we were supposed to have read, 9 and 10. It is, I believe the first one's called In the Prancing Pony. 9 is called that. And then 10 is called Strider. And let me bring up my notes that I took. Cooper, did you actually read or just not at all?
John, I'm not going to lie to you.
Of course you
I
didn't read.
fucking read. I fucking read. Let's go.
Really?
John, do you like apples?
Huh? I do like apples.
How do you like them apples?
I enjoy
Oh, damn.
It's just not even.
Uh-huh. And I took
Damn.
notes
Yo,
too.
that's a good. Yo, John,
And
you
you
should
took
make
notes
that
too?
joke, bro.
Yeah, I think that's very original. They should do it in like a motion picture or something that wins multiple Academy Awards based in Boston featuring Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. That sounds like a good movie.
Shut up.
Yeah, maybe it could be about how Matt Damon's a super genius and he's struggling because even though he's a super genius, he's just a kid from Southie who's dealing with the emotional abuse of his father and the physical abuse of his
Dude,
father.
shut up. Just shut up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and just suck on them apples.
No, shut up. You shut up. But no,
Suck
so
on them apples.
Cooper, if you read, do you want to walk us through the chat summaries this time? Because I assume Jacob read 3 months ago because he's
Yeah, I've
already done
completely
with the book,
forgotten.
and it's so annoying. That
Sure.
The one time he actually read, he can't even fucking remember what happens in the chapters.
This book is actually good that it really sucks you in.
So just why not just wait? You know, that's
Because
my
dude,
thing.
it's like binging. I just binged it.
But that's not binging is never good. No one ever
Yeah,
goes.
dude.
It's a healthy binge.
Yeah, all the time, dude. Think about if you
The term binge is
Is negative.
know, like what if you
Yeah.
binge water.
yeah,
Okay, hold
binge
on. No,
water.
even binge. I mean drowning. Like binge, a short period devoted to indulging in an activity to excess, especially drinking alcohol or eating. That's the definition.
All right,
I
well,
guess it's indulgent. But no, and so Cooper, take it away. Put your fork down for
Sure.
at
put your
least
fork
20
down,
minutes.
fucking chew your food, swallow, and let's talk.
Do you guys mind if I chew while I talk?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
And
one
the
sec.
3 listeners we have, definitely mind.
Yeah.
Well, let's let them say, guys, if you mind me chewing, comment on our Instagram post, any of them, and we'll get back to you.
I couldn't find the Instagram. I just googled it, and it's just I don't find it.
Why you fools? No caps, no spaces. Podcast.
All right. Well, anyways, Cooper, what happened?
Okay, so after they get out of the forest and Tom Bombadil's stuff is all done, hobbits arrive at Bree. And this is it's honestly like very similar just to the movie. They get that old crook, just kind of like looking at them and kind of he's a little bit suspicious of who they are, and Frodo's trying to be a little bit shady and not show his name or anything. He's just like, "Let us in, man. Come on, it's dark."
Dude,
So-
I hold on, just not to interject a little bit. I love the line, our names and our business are our own. Like, what a good way of saying mind your own fucking business.
Yeah.
And he says it in the movies too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, Frodo.
Yeah.
Get it.
Frodo's standing up for himself. That's after they've encountered the Black Rider, so they kind of realize things are a little serious at this point.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, they make it to the prancing pony, and they're being really stupid and really loud, and everyone's telling each other stories. And
Cooper, I'm gonna stop you right there. Your mic is fucking up. To leave the chat and come back because it is cutting out.
Okay.
Yeah. Do 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 do.
I'm back.
All right, hopefully that's better.
Okay.
But also to interject just a little bit again, it also mentions when they're talking about the Rangers that used to live there, which is relevant because last week we talked about how the Dunedain lived in the Barrow Downs or whatever. But
Yes.
the Dunedain can also talk to birds.
Yes, I was going to mention
Just
that.
like Bard did in The Hobbit, which I thought was
Mhm.
really interesting, and I want to see if that plays out elsewhere in the books.
Is Bard a Dunedain then?
No.
But
which is
he
what's
certainly
weird.
has all the characteristics of one.
Yeah, he seems very similar. He's kind of like an Aragorn type.
Yeah.
He's
that guy.
basically Aragorn.
Right.
Gorn, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, they're in the prancing pony, and then Mary is telling the story of Bilbo's party, and Aragorn is talking to Frodo at this point, and Frodo doesn't really know who Strider is. And so he's like, yo, look at your friend. He's being an idiot and telling everyone that you're related to a Baggins, so go save him. So Frodo kind of goes up to Mary and is trying to just kind of take it off into a tangent, but the ring slips on his finger, and then he goes invisible, and everyone's like, oh, what the heck? And then Frodo kind of crawls over to Strider and takes it off, and Strider's like, yeah, you guys are being dumb. Come into my room with me. Which I thought was a little, if Strider was a rapist, it would be very easy.
It's true.
Frodo was just super willing. He's like, okay, sure. I'll go
And
into your
Frodo's like
room,
really
shady
small
man.
and weak.
Right.
Well, and they talk about that like halfway through when Strider's like, "I'm Gandalf's friend Strider." I think it's like Pippin who's like, "Hey, how do we know who you are? Like, yeah, you know Gandalf, that's great, but who's to say you didn't just kill this other Strider and
Yeah.
take his letter and all this shit?" And Strider's like, "Yeah, because I'm the king of Gondor." But just that,
No,
'cause now we're
Strider.
on-
No, his actual response is
He's like,
if I killed Strider, then I could easily kill you. And
yeah,
you're
yeah, which is way more
alive, so
badass. John.
clearly, I'm
All
Strider.
right, well, all right, that's fair, and that's
Way more
but-
badass response.
But to comment on, because that is the end of chapter 9, is when they basically get into Strider's room.
Yeah, but
And-
I want to highlight one thing, and that's the letter.
Cooper, your mic
that,
is really fucking up.
It's okay. No one's listening to this podcast because of the fucking audio quality. I mean, we're not even
All right, let's let it
sitting
roll.
next to each other talk. I mean, I don't think there's anything he can do other than get a better internet connection, but that's also impossible.
Unconnect Discord and come back in.
Okay.
That might work. But he already did that, and that didn't work.
See? I thought you
I don't
unplugged his
know.
mic and plugged it back in.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I loved this past chapter. One thing I also love about this chapter is that people in this book, everyone calls each other master. And I gotta say, I really miss that.
Yeah.
I didn't experience that, but I would love to be called the young master.
Yeah, just kind of like that's the way you talk to each other.
Yeah. Cooper, are you back in?
Mm-hmm.
So we were just talking about how in the book, everyone addresses like each other as master, and that's fucking rad.
Yeah, it's like time. It's like old times.
But
Yeah,
like,
just
I
good.
wish I want to be called master at some point in time, but not in like a slave way or like a weird demeaning sort of way, but like a guy's actually just like, yeah, the young, like offhandedly, it feels very natural and organic. I want that.
You could call other people master if
Yeah,
you
just
were a
kind of get
butler.
the trend started.
No.
Butlers call their people master.
No.
Yeah.
I want a butler. That would be nice.
I think
Well,
you
get a
could
butler.
be a butler.
You should.
No, I'm not going to be a butler.
A really
I have
fat
bigger
one.
and better dreams. Speaking of bigger and better dreams,
That is hilarious. The obese butler.
That is hilarious.
it's just not. That's not even factually correct. Okay.
You have
I've
like a
been
little
doing
suit on.
so well on my diet, god damn it, and working out. I haven't weighed myself yet, but I'm even doing your fucking little thing where you eat the same thing basically every day. I change up my dinner, but my lunch is the exact same.
Good.
And it's I calculated calorie wise, my lunch is around 600 calories,
Okay.
which isn't bad.
Oh,
And then
dude.
and then I just do an hour of cardio work, and even if my Fitbit is 500 calories off, I would still have burned 2,200. So I'm doing a pretty good deficit that I'm planning on keeping the fuck up, because I'm
Wait.
gonna get to
You're
190
burning 2,200 calories during your workout or just over the course of the day?
over the course. I mean, right now, my Fitbit says I'm at 2,742. And I like Cooper, like everyone says, it's like that's fucking not accurate at all. Basically, like, I mean, especially when my job, all I do is sit the fuck down. Like,
Yeah.
with my workout, probably make it to 2,000.
Who knows?
day.
Just don't even bother. That's it's so inaccurate. I don't know if it's off or if it's too high, it's too low. Just don't use that as your measure.
No, I mean, I know. I'm just trying to keep. It's just sort of keeping me honest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah. But anyway, so no, I'm not gonna be obese. I'm gonna get down to 190, and I'm gonna stay at 190, and I'm gonna get to cut lean 190. Fuck you guys, it's going to happen. I have been busting my tits off, man, and I'm proud of my work. Because god damn it, did I really not want to go to the gym yesterday, and I still went. I climbed.
Just gotta know what you're sacrificing.
for
Mhm.
30 minutes.
Your career
Fuck you guys.
and your life.
What?
Any future earnings.
No.
Have you ever met a funny? Okay, besides me, have you ever met a funny guy with a six pack?
No. No, I mean, and so, but here's the thing: it's like I don't necessarily have to be funny; I have to be entertaining. You know,
No,
like Joe
you have to
Rogan's
be funny.
entertaining, not that funny.
True.
And it's not that, and he doesn't really have a six pack either. But I mean, I don't believe that bullshit about the carnivore diet where he lost 12 pounds and now feels amazing after 2 weeks of explosive diarrhea. I just not. I
He's
just
just
don't buy
not
that.
eating a lot, probably.
Yeah, or he's working out all the time, or also he's definitely on steroids. So
No, he openly talks about
yeah,
the fact that he
he's
is.
on steroids. Yeah, so it's like, what are we doing here? But in any case, I'm not gonna not gonna be 190. And let's get back to what I wanted to say about dreams, which we're circling back to. Is like, so last chapter, because we didn't really talk about this, but doesn't Frodo have the dream of Gandalf escaping Sauron?
It's vague. Yeah.
Yeah, where he's like, I don't think it's ever spelt out, but he's like, I imagine him jumping from a tower and being picked up by an eagle.
Was it that explicit? I don't know.
I don't know, but or he imagine him getting fucked up or something like that. Something bad was happening again.
Yeah, he imagined something bad happening. Yeah.
And then so that I wanted to cover because I couldn't. I was like a fever dream. I was like, what did that actually happen or not? I love the prancing pony, and I looked it up because I was listening to the descriptions of all this food. And one of my favorite books that I think everybody should read is called A Movable Feast, and it's by Ernest Hemingway about his time in Paris. And basically what he says in the book, and trust me, we're going to talk about gay issues pretty soon. But what he says in the book is that you can always tell when an author is poor and starving because they always write about food very well. And I'm like, if that's the case, then Tolkien was poor as fuck when he was writing these books.
Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly accurate.
I would say. I mean, would Ernest Hemingway lie to us?
Hemingway said it doesn't really mean it's true.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who are like really hungry and poor and starving, they may be pretty dumb too, and they're probably not that good at writing. So,
well, that's the thing. So, like, I actually went up and I looked it up, and like, I was like, how rich was Tolkien? And he was a professor like at Oxford before he even fucking got mega famous or like super rich and all that. And then what's cool is that I found out he had like a little, like hotel home that like his summer home that he spent to kind of get away from the fans. It's called the Myanmar Hotel, and they still have his old room, and you can stay in his old room, and it's actually reasonably priced if I could ever figure out the conversion rate to euros. And I would love to go and spend some time there, but apparently that was also what the Prancing Pony was based off of.
That hotel?
Yeah, that little inn.
Uh-huh.
Like the layout wise, because I was reading the layout and like they were talking like the land they call him the landlord or whatever. Barleyman Butterbur is his name or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's so much space in this fucking inn. And I was like, how much space could there actually be? And I looked at this real inn, apparently what it was based off of, and it was fucking huge. And it's very cool. And now that just ended up on my bucket list is that I'm definitely going to go there at some point in time.
Where is it?
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, you can look it up. I mean, it's in fucking England. Who knows where it is?
England. Okay.
John, you know what's cooler than England and Paris?
I mean, I didn't bring Paris into this, but okay.
Literally anywhere else.
I don't think that's true. I've been to some really shit parts of America, and I love America more than any other country.
Are you trying to tell me that Newark, New Jersey is better than fucking Paris?
No, dude.
Are you trying to tell
Some
me
parts of Paris?
Dude, that is actually true.
Trenton, New Jersey? Anywhere in New Jersey?
This is a fun fact. Paris fucking sucks. Super
Paris
overrated.
sucks. Dude,
Don't waste your time. If you're going to
Paris,
France,
Cooper?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, look at you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if I believe that Cooper went to Paris.
You been to
He
Paris,
also
John?
says, yeah. I mean, I went when I was little, and it just wasn't.
When I was an adult, so okay, whatever.
But I mean, it was just I wasn't blown away. The only thing I liked about it was the croissants, and I gotta imagine that you can get the croissants.
I bet you ate a lot of croissants.
There are good croissants, man. And the thing was, you could get them anywhere.
You say
Like,
croissant with an R?
I say croissant.
Yeah, that's not.
How do you say it, Cooper?
It's croissant.
You say croissant. Croissant.
Cousin, who you believe?
Oh well, that was just awful. Oh my god.
They spit on you.
Ugh.
And they spit in the croissant. But no, yeah, I mean, I haven't been to the other parts of Paris, or other parts of France. I have to imagine they're better than Paris.
Way better.
And then what was the other thing that I had? The note. Oh yeah. So when Frodo tries to take the attention off Merry, he sings a song.
They love his song.
Yeah, and they love his song. And his song is just that, hey, diddle diddle with the cat and the fiddle thing, and the cow jumped over the moon. It's just that. Which I traced back. I looked it up, and I was like, it's an old English nursery rhyme, which is kind of another example of Tolkien bringing like classic English shit into this LOTR stuff, which I'm a big fan of, and I loved that. And so Cooper, do you want to do chapter 10 now?
Sure.
Because not a lot happens.
Chapter 10 is Strider. Yeah. So they go back to Strider's room. He basically explains to them their situation, and then Brandy Buckle Wine, or whatever his name is, the innkeep, he basically comes up to the room. And I think it's funny that the innkeep has like a little hobbit that works with him, and his name is Knob. That is
and he like totally disrespects him.
Yeah, little Knob.
He's just the bitch. He's like, and then Knob brought in everything we actually need. Like, and at one point in time, he's like, okay, if you ring the bell and Knob doesn't come, just start ringing the bell and yelling. I was like, that's not a better solution. Like,
right. And yeah, so Strider's really indirect about explaining who he is. He easily could have explained who he is like pretty quickly, but he just kind of alludes to it, and all the hobbits are kind of like, dude, what are you talking about? We don't know what you're talking about. And so eventually Knob brings the letter that Gandalf left with Brandy Buckle Wine, or whatever.
Barley Man Butterbur.
Sorry. And they read it, and he basically says who Aragorn is. And he also says in the PS, which I think is one of the more, if not the most famous line of, at least of the Fellowship, probably maybe of the 3 books. It starts off the poem with all that is gold does not glitter, not all those who wander are lost. You know that one, Matt? Yeah. I've seen that on t-shirts, and I didn't know where that was from until I read Lord of the Rings. And I think that's in a lot of Led Zeppelin songs. I know it's in a Kid Cudi song too.
I mean, it's cool. Led Zeppelin has a whole song.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin loves
multiple.
But yeah, and so that there's a couple of weird things that I noticed. Well, first off, just to also, and I would have to go back and look at the book just to get the actual words, but there's a fuck up in the audiobooks in 3 separate instances in chapter 10.
I mean,
where he repeats words.
Yeah, I did notice that too. I think it's like between chapters or something.
It might, I don't know why, but it's like I should have gotten my book, but I'm gonna go back and just see if it actually does repeat the books, because it doesn't make sense to leave it in like that. But yeah, something really interesting that happens is they use the word faggot in the old-fashioned meaning of the word faggot, meaning a bundle of sticks, which is crazy to me, because this was written in like the 60s / like late 70s. I can't remember the exact date, which means not
60s / late 70s,
or not late 70s / early 70s, like that, right around that time period. I think it came out in like 72.
It's not that old.
Yeah, or I might be messing. The Return of the King might have come out in 60 or 72 or something like that.
It's kind of late.
No, it is. I mean, it is late. And I was wondering.
Okay.
I mean, hold on. We can find this out. I could just be talking out of my ass. One second. Fellowship of. Oh, I'm not even typing. God damn it. Fellowship of the Ring release date. Oh, but that's gonna be the movie.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Type in book.
Book.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, John. I feel like that's not right.
Oh yeah. That's way wrong. 1954. Oh yeah, that's way wrong. Return of the King. Of the King release date. Book. All right, can you just actually fucking tell me when it was released? God damn. Why is it so hard to find shit? Okay, yeah, 55. So I was way wrong on all that. Rewind. Never mind.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
dude,
Yeah.
that doesn't
So,
make any sense.
but in any case, it is still kind of neat to see the word go from bundle of sticks to hateful slur in the course of 70 years. Like, someone could have lived to see that change. Matter of fact, my grandpa probably lived to see that change. And they must be so confused nowadays.
Yeah. Or
Like,
gay.
Yeah, we're gay.
Yeah, a lot could happen.
But yeah, and then a couple other things that happened that I noticed is like, so Frodo's loaded in the books. Like, Bilbo has so much money. Frodo just sells his house. He has so much money. And for some stupid reason, he's like, oh, I didn't bring a lot with me. Like, I can barely pay for this inn visit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why? It doesn't take that much to just put a bunch of gold pieces in your pocket. And then the other thing I know, which is just kind of weird, like why? I mean, because they don't really need to add like the struggle of not having any money to Lord of the Rings. Like, especially when he has a lot of money.
Right. It's not really about
trying
that.
Spend. Yeah, but they bring it up like a bunch of times. It's like, oh, I can't give you a reward. I can barely pay for the inn. Like, what are we gonna do after we get out of here and we have to pay for something? It's like you couldn't have just brought like a few chunks of silver or whatever. But I don't know. And then another thing that I kind of just thought was funny was I can't remember if it was Barleyman Butterbur or Mary or someone. No, it was a Mary, I think, who refers not to the Black Riders as Black Riders, but just black men. And like the entire time, he's like, "The black men are coming to take us in the night," and all this shit. And I was like, "Ooh, like that didn't."
Dude,
age
I
me.
noticed that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, they probably should have just put Dark Rider or some shit like that."
Yeah.
Like,
That's almost something you can kind of change after the fact too.
yeah, and it
Okay.
wouldn't really change anything. And I was just reading that, and I was like, "That's funny." Like, especially because they're talking about like, oh, people act strange whenever the black men are about, and just shit like that. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's pretty
"Oh."
bad. You're like,
Oof.
ooh.
But no, and so but then the last two things that are actually very kind of relevant is that, and I don't remember this in the movie, and I when we go back and watch the movie at some point, I'm gonna be very interested to see it. But Aragorn has the hilt of the sword that was broken and is to be reforged.
Yeah.
Like I remember kind of seeing it in the movie and
The
him
movie,
using it
yeah.
as a dagger, but
Yeah,
like it's very glossed over. Like it's not ever talked about. I mean, because it's such a key thing.
You have like a real sword too, or just that little dagger?
He has the real sword, and he's like, I can't remember in what instance he shows it off, but he shows it off to all the hobbits. And
No, I
I'm
mean,
like,
does it have like a real sword in addition to this like broken sword?
Yeah, because they mentioned that, or I think it's like Sam, like when he threatens Strider, like sees his sword or some shit like that. And it's so like, and I thought that was interesting, just because in the movie it felt like it came out of nowhere, and for them to put it in the books this early on has a much larger, I think, impact. Like, because then that scene at Rivendell makes more sense when he's like, "Oh, look at the broken sword thing," and like, I wonder, especially if it's in the extended editions or something like that, if they touch on it more, because that's like the blade that like or has the Oath of the Dead tied to it, and all of that stuff.
Yeah, that turns out to be pretty important.
Yeah, it turns out to be super important. Like, because that's like what proves, and that's why I said earlier when he's like, yeah, he says he's the king of Gondor or whatever, because I thought he was talking about like, why wouldn't I have this broken sword? Like, and he even says the little blade that was broken poem or whatever. I think it's part of the all that glitters is not gold or whatever, and then all who wander are not lost. Is
Right.
they have the sword, and he's like, and that would the blade that was broken shall be reforged or whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting and just something to kind of note. And the other thing to kind of note is that Aragorn went on a journey before he met Gandalf, and he clearly knew who Tom Bombadil was. And then on top of that, he also knows who that Bill Ferny was guy.
But yeah, the guy who's like in with
He's
the
just
Black
like a
Rider.
spy. Yeah.
Yeah. He
And
should
I-
just fucking
and I-
kill Bill Ferny.
Part of me is like, this has got to tie into the Farmer Maggot stuff.
Oh,
Like it just like because he's like Aragorn's like, I know these parts really well. I went on a journey before Gandalf, and like and he knew who Tom Bombadil was because he says his name. He goes, I saw you guys exit the Downs and leave Tom Bombadil. And I'm like, neat, because that like, and honestly, that's what that's what they should make the fucking show about. Is like Aragorn
Tom
fucking
and
around.
Aragorn.
Yeah, and Farmer
Farmer
Maggot,
Maggot.
Bill Ferny, because Aragorn hates that Bill guy.
He really does not like him.
And there's gotta be a backstory there. And I
Yeah.
would love, I mean, and that's what I'm saying, man. Gotta write that book.
It's never in the Silmarillion, is it?
So I looked up Bill Ferny. I couldn't find anything other than what happens in the Fellowship. Apparently in the Hobbit movies, like they put Bill Ferny Sr. in it, which is a weird callback for like no real reason. But yeah, I just thought that was a weird, like that backstory. I would love to get in there, and I'm going to get in there because I have.
Yeah, you got to write a book about that.
Where I just do basic, like I can get my goals for the day done in the first 2-3 hours of work, and then I just sit there.
Don't have any work then. It sounds like you're just kind of not doing anything.
No, I mean the thing I've been using it to be more productive in life. Like I will do my other writing then to meet my goals.
What's your job? What's your work?
Oh, I just call random people in the government and ask them about Adobe technology.
Okay.
I mean, it's not fun, but if you just hammer out, like I'll make 144 calls in like 2 hours.
Get it done.
Yeah, and just get it done. For other people, it takes them all day because they just hate it. I mean, because it's a miserable, like pulling teeth process. You get like up on, you get everyone hates you.
If you just do a really bad job, it'll go faster. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you heard of this? No. Okay. Cool.
Exactly.
Bye. On to the next one.
Yeah. Cha-ching.
But I mean, and that's the thing is that like I know I'm at least doing better than some of the people next to me because they're like, man, I can't get through these calls, and I'm like, we only had to do 40 today. Like, what are you talking about?
You should just be like, are you? Well, I can't say that, but just never mind.
Are you gonna say retarded? You're allowed to say retarded.
Is that?
I mean, you're not actually allowed to say retarded, but like, I feel like on a podcast we can get away with saying retarded. I mean, no one's listening to this, but I guess everyone who is listening to this is retarded.
Yeah, that's kind of true. You have to be pretty bored and really exhaust all your other podcast options.
Yeah.
Stumble upon this one.
Say that.
The 5 loyal listeners we have just got really offended. Like, well, I'll never. And then just fucking. Oh man. And speaking of our 5 loyal listeners, we can talk about the memes. Jacob and I was going to talk about this a little before you got on, Cooper, but things are going surprisingly well on the viral marketing / meme front.
Yeah, how many likes did you get?
So today with that blunt one, which wasn't the hottest one, it's at 24 right now.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, the Tom Bombadil one, which unfortunately didn't have a watermark, is one of the highest rated posts in the Tom Bombadil subreddit, and it has 2 spelling mistakes, glaring spelling mistakes.
No, dude.
And 500. Well, I mean, everyone looked at it.
Yeah.
But it's sitting at 519 upvotes. It's on the front, or it's on the page at the top all time. It's not the number 1, but I think the number one's only like 730, so it's not much lower.
It's close, huh?
Yeah, and so that is great. And the best part is if it has 519, like I don't upvote anything on Reddit. So that means a shit ton of people must have saw it at least before not upvoting it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then so the other one that we have in LOTR memes, the Biden one, which I love, got and has our watermark on it, has 71 upvotes, which is really bad for that sub because some of them pull in like 2,000.
Yeah, it's a huge.
But at the same time, that means, I mean, it's just little small things. In the charts from our Podbean thing, the interest show that on that day, on the 11th / upwards to the 12th today, we're up like 5%, I think it is. Which
So-
is
Okay.
I mean, it's so the thing is we haven't had a real solid hit. And on Imgur, which is basically like a shit version of Reddit, we actually have negative points on our account because everyone hates our fucking memes. Interesting to me. And I think that and I'm doing them every day now, which is great.
It seems like it's really, you just gotta hit like a wave. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I mean, and here's what pisses me off is that, like, if you look at the front page of LOTR memes, God, they're shitty. Like, there are some really bad, not funny memes that get
Dude,
posted
it's
up
just
there.
kind of like, it's kind of weird how they go or come.
Yeah, and like that blunt one is hilarious.
Yeah, that's just straight up funny.
And it's and I didn't want to post it directly, so I posted it to Trees, but we can post it to LOTR later and see how it does. But I was just like, I can't believe that one, that the Tom Bombadil one is at, with 2 spelling mistakes, is at 519, and the actual like good ones couldn't break 100.
Right.
Maybe I just don't understand internet culture, man.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
I think
man. The blunt
that's
one's
on-
pretty good.
Blunt one's great. I have 4 more memes to make for this week, but I've been keeping them updated. They're all in that Google. Did I share with you guys the photos?
Yeah.
folder?
Dude, post the wood and oil one.
I will. I think
That one's
was
so
the
good
next one,
too.
'cause the wood.
Yeah, those are the 2 I have on the Instagram right now. Are the blunt one and the wood and oil one.
Yeah, I mean, because they're good, and then I don't know. I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm also interested to see if at one point in time the Reddit moderators say, "Hey, you can't viral market here."
I mean, I don't think they're gonna notice.
Well, because there's rules against that on Reddit. Fun.
Or really, you can't market your shit.
You can't market your own things, but other people can basically. So like, because
Pretend to
I
be
made
you.
it, they could post it. Like, so you could post it from your account, but it all gets really complex. And the other
Sounds
thing
like,
is
how
that
do they know?
because they'll see the at FYFcast.
And who are the Reddit moderators? Who are these people?
A bunch of real fucking big losers, dude.
But they love Lord of the Rings, though.
Yeah, and I bet they're also gay because mods are gay.
Mm-hmm.
Got him good there, John.
And so that is that I think that's going to be interesting. I'm enjoying seeing. I feel very validated whenever it gets more than 10 upvotes, which I think is great.
As you should, John. And you get even more upvotes if you know.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know, Jacob.
Yeah.
I don't know. Finish that sentence.
if you know, you just
You don't have anything. You do not.
Let's
You
put it this
tried
way.
to come up with an insult or a joke, and then you realized halfway.
Let's put it
through
this way.
you
If
didn't have anything.
If they click on your profile after looking at your meme and they see a really fat guy, they're probably gonna think it's funny.
There's no personal
But
photos
they
on
see
Reddit.
if they see a cut
Yeah, you can
meme,
say it's shredded,
whatever.
Say
If they see a chiseled person, they're gonna be like, no, I can't relate.
Yeah. Just that simple.
No, I mean, well,
It really
fuck
is,
you
dude.
guys. It's not actually
here's the
that
deal.
simple.
Here's the deal. You need to gain this weight. It's not like it's not a joke. It's not funny. You got to gain this weight.
No, man. It's not happening. I've been drinking less. I've been eating right. I've been working out and going to stand up. I've been waking up in the morning, getting after. I've been grinding.
It sounds like you've really been improving yourself, John. That's not making me laugh at all.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Oh, it's actually so true. Like, it's self-improvement's just like the least funny thing you can do.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, just factually, like, oh, yeah, I'm working out all the time. It's like, great. I feel
Great.
nothing about that.
It's not funny.
But no, it's not. It's just not funny at all. But yeah, I mean, it's the Reddit thing is going good. Cooper, I love to see the Instagram. I don't know if you guys are noticing, but I'm posting even on the Twitter. There's I'm trying to do, I think now, like a lower caliber kind of meme where I basically like, oh, the idiots on fucking Reddit will be interested in this meme because it's the same meme format they've seen 8 million times on this website and they all have no original thoughts. So hopefully that will, I mean, because I think I would love to see what happens if we break 1,000 or break 1,000 with a watermarked meme.
That'd be pretty good.
I mean, it would be interesting to see like if we have a 5% increase these past 3 days or whatever. If we broke 1,000, we could really, I mean, make something happen here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I love it, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm excited. I think that I'm glad I started doing that in addition to the podcast, which, by the way, I uploaded the last up till episode 11, but then I listened to episode 11, and Cooper, your mic, for some reason, the audio channel saved both the audio of episode 10 and 11 together in the same audio file. So tonight, after we finish casting, I'm going to go and edit that out, upload episode 11, schedule this episode to be uploaded on Sunday, and then we'll be all caught up, going very, very well, very smoothly. We'll have the memes, we'll have timely releases. We're just cooking with oil now, boys.
All we need are those listeners.
Well, yeah, and all we need are those listeners.
They'll come.
No, and that's my thing. They will come. Especially with all the shit we're doing. I mean, if we're doing the fucking
I'm doing so much stuff for this podcast.
I mean, yeah, you're actually doing so little, and
I am really
slightly aggravating as hell.
I'm really pulling my weight.
Reread the chapters. You know, like you. God damn it!
I did read, dude.
Well, you read, but like 8 weeks ago.
I know what's up.
Fuck you. I mean, at least don't start the 2 towers until we get there. I mean, that's something we have to discuss. Is that technically speaking, one of you two get to pick the next book we do.
Yeah, so that was discussed on the episode on the live episode, but yeah. So
my thing, and I'm not against that at all. I think I mean other classic books, especially like fantasy books. Like I would love to read Jurassic Park. You know, I would love to read just about anything as long as it's like a negotiable size. This Brothers Karamazov book is fucking killing me. I only have like 12 more hours of it.
Oh, you can't handle it?
Oh, shut the fuck up, Cooper, dude. I'm
listening to it, John.
Yeah, I mean, I'm averaging about 6 hours a week.
Dude, that's so much. You can't listen to a book like that, though. You got to read it. You gotta feel the words, man. You can't listen.
No, man. I mean, I'm listening. I have a copy of the PDF, so if I ever get confused, and there's been a million times where I've gotten confused, I go back and read the copy of the PDF, and then honestly, if I get really fucking lost and I'm like, who are these people? What are these names? I go on Schmoop, and I read the Idiot's Breakdown, which I gotta say, I love Schmoop. How they're like they talk about the books in like human ass terms. I wonder if there's a Schmoop for the Silmarillion.
You should make it, John.
Yeah.
Well, that would be kind of awesome. And it's on Super Sun. Oh no, yeah, there's no Schmoop there. But yeah, and I that's been really helpful reading this. Yeah, man, I love all of that. I mean, Brothers Karamazov. It's a long book to get through, and god damn it, does he not stick to the story at all? Every single second, it's like, oh, let me tell you the story about these school children bullying another school children.
That's a big part of the book.
I know, but it's not even a big part of the book. It's
Yes,
just
it is.
It's just a long fucking like branch off that eventually circles back around. I don't know. Either way, I'm ready to be done with it, and then I'm definitely taking a break from Russian literature. So that's my only rule with picking this fucking next book. No War and Peace. No fucking anything that takes place in Russia that has a bunch of Russian
no
ass
worries,
names.
no worries, no
Out of
worries.
there.
Like the whole deep stuff, like I'm kind of over it right now too. Like I just want something entertaining to read.
The lightning thief.
I mean,
well,
But actually,
Well, well, so
maybe
here's the
like
thing.
Harry Potter or something. I don't.
But
No,
but here's what I'm saying is that we, in addition to doing a different book, so we should also come up with Cooper, do you have me on speaker? Do you not have headphones in right now?
no. I speak through my mic, and everyone, you guys are on a speaker.
No, come
Cooper,
on.
you
We
can't
can
do
hear it
that.
in the background.
Dude, I've been doing this every single episode.
I know, but we gotta tighten up. You know what I mean? That's why I let it slide at first, because I heard like the shittily edited episode. The reason I let it slide was because I was like, oh, that's just me talking through Cooper, until I actually went back and re-listened to it, and I was like, oh, something's really wrong. But in any case, Cooper, next week, gotta have headphones. I know you have headphones.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Cooper is a pretty poor, starving CrossFit
I
coach.
actually
You might
don't know
not-
if I do have headphones. Well, no, I could figure it out.
But
Yeah,
no,
dude, I'm poor and starving.
I believe that. I mean, you're
I'll
not
write about
starving because
food good.
you literally just. Well, I bet you would write about food good because you've only had shit chicken and fucking shit beef.
Cooper's culinary experience is very wide and
Yeah.
reaching. Cooper, like, do
But
you know how to
I
cook?
think,
Dude, I'm a great cook. No, I'm
No,
kidding.
don't
I'm
believe that.
actually I am so bad at cooking. everything I try to make just turns out horrible. So I stick to my basics.
I don't
Just
know if
remember
it
at
was.
14, 17, dude, every time you made chicken, I was just like disgusted. It looks so bad. John,
Yeah,
he would just get chicken breasts, just like put them on a fucking pan and put them in the oven with like no preparation or anything. They were so dry. It was just so bad. And he'd like fucking like throw 10 of them in the fridge and eat them for weeks. It was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Dude, you know what upset me physically was, I think it was on your Instagram story where you're just like, lunch. And you had
Oh yeah.
2-3 pounds of ground beef with very clearly nothing else in
It was
pan.
6 pounds.
6 pounds? That's
You got
Cooper.
Cooper,
That was a
pepper.
joke though. That was a joke.
bit of
That wasn't
oil.
lunch from today.
I know, no, it was meal prep, right?
Yeah.
But either way, put some garlic in there,
So
Yeah,
I
you gotta
do
get some
every week.
onions.
some onion, you know?
It's been that way for like a year and a half now, every single week.
But I'm
Good
saying
old ground
No.
beef, like a man.
your quality of life would just be so much better if you added
Like
some
a
onion.
man.
Fuck
Some onion
you.
and garlic, dude.
Oh my god. But no, I think we should do some sort of contest between you, Cooper, and Jacob. To see who gets to pick the next book.
We did a contest and I won.
No,
you
we
didn't.
did 2
Yeah,
contests and I won them both.
We actually, I'll concede that you won the swimming one. What was the other one?
The
Just the-
gymnastics one.
We never did it.
Wait, yeah,
Well,
I
I
didn't.
would've-
I don't remember a gymnastics one.
Yeah, there was a gymnastics one.
I'm a good
Yeah,
gymnast.
Never did it.
Sniffing glue, huh? Jacob, do you still do gymnastics?
Not really. I've just been wrestling.
Yeah, I mean that seems kind of more like the thing for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go back to gymnastics when the wrestling season is over.
Yeah, because you're gay. But no, but no. I think, and we don't have to come up with anything right now. But I think that would be fun.
I
And
won the
there-
competition. I finished The Hobbit. I finished the book first, the Fellowship of the Ring.
That wasn't even a competition.
Dude, that was in no way a competition.
Really an
and
unspoken
We never even
competition.
discussed any of
It was
that.
clearly
And
that was
And
competition.
the other thing that pisses me off about that statement is that it also is detrimental to the podcast. Like, it's not helping.
Found it to be very competitive.
No, come on. But I'm saying we should come up with something like a good game of chess.
Oh, fuck chess, man.
Yeah, John, we're kicking you off the podcast. Enough of these ideas.
How about a man sport, like
How about-
like cutting a log in half?
No, we should have a meme
we
off.
could- but
Whoever's
there's-
meme gets the most upvotes and LOTR memes wins.
Oh,
I like that, actually.
fuck. Okay.
Meme off.
A meme
Wow.
off. And you guys got to post them on the same day.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
how about
fine.
this though, John? How about I just send you the idea and you make it for me?
Absolutely not.
Cooper, how hard is it to make a fucking meme?
Yo, Jacob, so hard.
Yeah.
I mean, like, no, I mean, it's hard, I'm sure it's hard to think of it, but to actually make it, come on.
I'm telling you, it takes maybe not like a good amount of time, but I will be surprised.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? John's
If
pretty
you
dumb,
can pull it
Jacob. So
together.
you and I will be able to make a really good meme immediately. I have no issue.
All right, a meme off it is.
All right, yeah, meme off. That's great. And so we'll do. So I don't know how many chapters we have left, but I don't think it's a whole lot. I mean, no, there's a whole lot. There's a bunch,
Fuck.
right? I mean, are there? No, there is.
They get to Rivendell, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's
We're almost
weather
at
tunnel
Rivendell.
chapter.
Whoa, we need to do more chapters at once, dude.
Yeah. 2 is. I thought we did 3. I actually read 3 chapters in prep.
I mean, I can up it to 3 in the Fellowship of the Ring. Fellowship of the Ring. Oh, there's 2 books, that's right. This doesn't have anything at all. So annoying. Chapter by chapter index. This is what I'm looking for. So there are 22 chapters.
So halfway.
Me too.
Yeah. And no, this is interesting. Boromir dies in the 2 Towers.
You know that, John?
Oh, I guess they changed the order. They changed the order a little bit from the movie. Well, no, what am I saying? And yeah, you know, Boromir dies in the movie in the first one.
Yeah,
but,
the Fellowship.
Yeah.
Word. All right.
Sweet.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think that about sums it up. We have plans for next. Just
I'm going to Miami on Thursday.
is
so
there another
before then.
CrossFit
Sorry,
thingy?
you're cutting in and out. Yeah, it's a CrossFit thing.
Are you competing?
In this one, no, but I did just qualify with my team for the Mid Atlantic CrossFit Challenge in April.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's sick.
That's actually
Sorry.
really dope. But no, I'm down to do Wednesday again.
Yeah, we could do Wednesday or whatever.
All right, dogs. So I'm going to end the cast. Thank everybody for listening.
Mhm.
All 5 of you guys. Love that.
Good, dude.
And see you next week.
Okie dokie.